what is going on with Steam Deck OLED right now? Because people are reporting that the OLED models have basically vanished everywhere, sold out, hard to find, and suddenly demand feels way higher than anybody was expecting. And whenever Valve hardware starts disappearing like this, it immediately raises question. Is this just a normal sellout? Or is something bigger happening behind the scene? Because Steam Deck OLED doesn't just randomly vanish like this. So let's talk about what's really going on and what it could mean.
Are you ready to take?
Here's the breakdown as of today, of February 13th. Steam Deck OLED has been one of Valve's biggest wins. It's the best version of the deck, the one everybody wants, and it's basically become the go-to portable PC console. So when it suddenly sells out, there's a few major possibilities. First, demand is just exploding. More people are jumping into the handheld PC gaming than ever, and Valve can't keep up with demand. Second, supply could be tighter than expected in 2026. Hardware manufacturing is still unpredictable, and restocks don't always happen fast. But the third possibility is what gets people talking. Valve is always quiet. They move in silent, and then it's like bam. So when stocks start disappearing, fans instantly wonder, are they preparing a new model, a price shift, or even the next step in Steam hardware? We don't have confirmation yet, but Steam Deck OLED selling out this hard shows one thing. Valve has something huge on their hands, one way or another. The real question, is this just a temporary shortage or the first sign that Valve's next move is coming sooner than we think? Let's talk about it. Valve Steam Deck OLED 512 gigabyte priced at $718 or so. And the other Steam Deck OLED models, including the 1 terabyte versions, have sold out in United States on Valve's official store. All configurations currently show out of stock with no restock estimated time frame. The older LCD model has already been discontinued, like we said in a very couple of weeks ago video, and its remaining units are gone too. Regional variations, while US and some Asian markets, Japan, Korea, Hong Kong, Taiwan, are showing depleted inventories, Europe and select regions still report stocks available, though that too may not last long. Valve hasn't publicly commented on why the handhelds are suddenly unavailable, but why it may be happening. Speculation and industry analysts suggest several possibilities. Global memory and shortage supply issues. We all know the RAM crisis and whatever debacle you want to name that. Right, rising component costs and storage tied to high AI demand are believed to be impacting the production of handheld devices like the Steam Deck OLED. This same component crunch is already affected Valve's other hardware plans, like we said in the previous videos, of the delays of their other hardware they're supposed to be pushing out, quote unquote, first quarter, first half, whatever phrasing word salad they want to say. Some analysts and committee members are discussing whether this sellout could foreshadow a future price increase on the Steam Deck OLED when it returns, a potential production pause, or even a move towards a new hardware. I don't know about that, because I think we would have knew about that. Valve Steam Deck remains popular and has sold millions of units since 2022 launch, especially the OLED versions introduced in late 2023, making this development shift noteworthy if it continues. Valve has not confirmed that the Steam Deck OLED is discontinued, being replaced, or that the Steam Deck 2 is imminent. There's also no official word on a return date or inventory timeline, meaning buyers will be watching closely. And listen, anytime you got stuff like this, scalpers. I can already see it, and I can already see the ridiculous price that scalpers is going to price this product at. And like I said in the intro, portable PC consoles is really taking off, and where Valve was actually priced at a very reasonable price when you compare it to a lot of other things on the market. This is the timing just feels a little a price increase may be imminent honestly. But I'll turn it over to my cousin cousin really entrenched in, the Steam Deck ecosystem and all that. So I'll let him give his 2 cents because he actually has both models, LCD and OLED. So I'll let him go.
Yeah, sad to say, I haven't found a way to get rid of the LCD model. I can say a few things off the bat. It's not a newer model or Steam Deck 2, well, you want to call it. Valve has repeatedly said they have no interest in piecemealing consoles out every couple of years. They are waiting for true substantial bump in technology, and that has not come. I'm going to say what I truly believe it is, and I'm going to, I'm going to say this is my opinion and my speculation, but it's based on facts. As my cousin stated, the technology ecosystem is really fucked up right now. From the RAM apocalypse, GPUs, all that. And I believe this was foreshadowed with them stopping the LCD model. Somewhere along the lines, it's probably just too expensive or too not cost effective for them to make these. Because currently, it's only the US that's like this. It's only the US. It's not, they're sold out everywhere. They didn't say, hey, we're not making these, we're not doing this anymore. It's only the US. And you add on the RAM, GPU, the chip shortage, these companies gobbling up everything. Then you add the tariffs, these things, and ship them to the US. The numbers don't add up anymore for them to do this. And rather for them to come out and say anything, drawing more attention to themselves, which they already just drew attention with the quote unquote delaying of the Steam machine. They're just like, hey, we just sold out right now. And they're leaving it as that. I believe someone in their room was like, all right, we sell this for $550, we sell this for $650. At the current time, as handheld PCs are taking off, as Valve and other companies are truly trying to get into this ring of handheld gaming and give Nintendo a run for their money, Valve sits at the precipice because not only is it Steam, the well-known, beloved PC platform, and if you want to call it this, the budget system compared to the ROG, XBY Ally X, the MSI Claw, Lenovo Legion Go. A lot of these things are getting into the $1,000 price tag, where Steam was like, hey man, we got ours right here. And it's a little old in the tooth technology wise. It's a little long in the tooth, but hey, still runs. And there's Steam OS built in. But now with all the way the economy, the global tech stage have shifted, and they probably didn't care or say nothing before, because they probably had these things in droves in warehouses. But as the demand for handheld PC gaming has gone up, as the demand for people want to have this shit quote unquote on the go, and they were selling, and someone was like, hey, we can't sell this shit at this price. Consumers are fed up with price increases. PS5, Series X, Switch 1, Switch 2 accessories. And Valve was probably like, hey, we can up the price, but then we'd be no better than everyone else. And right now, our competition, we have them by the balls by having our shit priced like this. Raising it up, we're no better, no different. And then they can pick the competitor. The competitor has more horsepower. Some competitors have better screens. Even though it's about the comfort, some people are more than happy to pay lack of the comfort and more of the horsepower. There's some games the Steam Deck can't play that these others can. And rather than looking at the numbers and be like, hey, we can't sell this at $650, trying to find parts, piece it together, and then ship it here and pay American tariffs as well. So they're sold out at the moment. That's what I believe. And I'm not the only one who thinks this. I have read articles. I've watched at least a dozen videos on people breaking this down, showing I won't say evidence, showing hard proof backing up these theories, these numbers, because beforehand, before the handheld PC kind of exploded, you heard people talk about, oh, Steam Deck only sold 2 or 3 million. It's not a lot, etc., etc. I mean, that's a lot for Valve when they were the only mover and shaker on the market. And like I said, even with all these other options, the people's with people's wallets really getting tight right about now, people really looking at where and how far their money goes. This is not sponsored either, I am a huge believer. Hey, grab you a Steam Deck. Okay, the ROG Ally may do this, the Lenovo Go may do this, but right out the gate, the Steam Deck was made by them and it runs on their proprietary platform. Every other handheld, you need to kind of configure, do this, update a driver, etc. It works right out the box. Steam, there you go. With majority of games verified, tons of them playable. And then even ones that say unplayable, you work around it so easily. Nevertheless, I feel it's a cost saving measure. They just don't have, it doesn't make sense for them to make these at the current market price where things are going. And rather than to up the price to where the 512 is probably 700 and the 1 terabyte is what, 850, 900. You, like I said, hey, you getting up close to that ROG Xbox Ally X. Hell, that might be a reason why they have it priced at $1,000, knowing what the climate or whatnot was going to be. And they're like, hey, you buy it, you buy it, you don't. Hey, it's there. Because no other handheld PC has gone up in price. No one has said, like, hey, we're going to take this from this price to here. So I believe someone was like, hey, it makes sense to keep doing this right now. We're going to sell through what we got and we'll go from there. Hell, you just heard from Valve right now. They are still trying to navigate these turbulent waters to get their Steam machine out, which, if you really want to get technical, that's the successor to the Steam Deck. What they say, it's 6-8 times more powerful than the Steam Deck. Yeah, you can't carry it with you around your house, but hey, whatever gaming rig setup you have with your PlayStation, your Xbox, your Switch, hey, you lay that bad boy right next to it. All they need to do is just get you in the ecosystem. Everything else will work out on its own. Even currently, right now as we speak, on Friday the 13th, there are Steam sales going on as we speak. That's all they need to do is get you in the ecosystem, but they got to do it their smart way, their way, not anybody else's. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, and like I said, Steam, Valve, whoever, they haven't commented or said anything. So it's all the speculation that's going around the gaming industry right now of what this could mean and what they could be planning in the background. So, I, I don't know. It's really anything is possible right now. Like, because even if they do a price increase, I mean, and they don't really change anything in the product, it still probably will be a better deal than a lot of these other handhelds on the market. And like you said, they just want you to get in their ecosystem. And once you're in the ecosystem, like they already have all these safe cost saving in the ecosystem. So really, even if they do a price increase, really how much more are you actually paying in the end compared to other portable PC handhelds? So it's a very interesting topic. I'll be very, very interested in what is the true outcome of this sellout because, like I said, the timing does feel a little fishy because they just discontinued the LCD. Now the OLED is sold out in the US. I don't know. I'm a conspiracy theories and I don't believe in coincidence. But let me leave this question for the viewers. Is this Steam Deck OLED sellout just a temporary shortage or the first sign that Valve is quietly preparing something bigger behind the scenes? Comment down in the comment section.
And that's it for this video of Are You Not Entertained podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you'll never miss our next hot take. Until next time, Are You Not Entertained?